The moment Emily stepped through the tall iron gates of Westfield High, the world seemed to slow down. She could hear the buzz of students greeting their friends, the slamming of lockers, and the faint echo of laughter somewhere down the hall. But underneath it all, there was something else, something darker. A tension in the air that made her instincts sharpen. She had only been in this school for 30 seconds, but already, she could sense it. The kind of place where the strong thrived, and the weak were crushed. Emily wasn't like most new students. She didn't arrive timidly clutching her books or hiding behind her hair. She walked with purpose, shoulders straight, eyes scanning every detail. She'd been the new kid more times than she could count, moving from city to city because of her dad's job. Every time, she had learned something important. Schools were microworlds, with their own rules, their own politics, and their own predators. She was just heading toward the administration office when she heard it, low, mocking voices coming from behind the gym doors. The sound of someone crying. Emily's stomach tightened. She knew that sound too well. She'd heard it in other schools, in other cities, always the same. The hunted. The prey. She pushed the doors open quietly and saw them, 3 boys towering over a much smaller boy, his glasses knocked to the floor, his lunch bag ripped open, spilling crumbs across the concrete. One of the bullies had him by the collar, shaking him like a rag doll. "Come on, Daniel," the tallest one sneered. "Say it. Say you're nothing without us." The boy's lips trembled, but before he could speak, Emily's voice rang out. "Let him go." The bullies turned, startled. Emily stepped forward slowly, her backpack still slung over one shoulder, her eyes locked on the leader. "I said, let him go." The leader scoffed. "Who are you? Some new wannabe hero? This doesn't concern you." Emily dropped her bag on the floor. "It does now." The boy holding Daniel shoved him aside and took a step toward Emily. "You've got a big mouth. Let's see if you can back it up." The next moments happened so fast, no one could process them. The leader swung at her, but Emily sidestepped, grabbing his wrist, twisting it in one smooth motion, and shoving him backward. He stumbled into the wall, gasping in pain. The other 2 hesitated, but Emily's eyes, cold and unflinching, made them step back. "Touch him again, and I promise, you'll regret it," she said quietly. They muttered curses under their breath and stormed out, leaving Daniel still shaking, his lunch ruined. Emily crouched down and picked up his glasses, handing them to him. "You okay?" she asked. He nodded timidly, but his eyes were wide. "No one's ever stood up for me like that." Emily smiled faintly. "Get used to it." From that day forward, word spread fast. Emily had taken down the most feared bullies in school on her very first day. Some students admired her. Others were curious. But the bullies? They were furious. They tried subtle ways to intimidate her, shoulder-checking her in the hallway, whispering insults as she passed, spreading rumors. But Emily didn't flinch. Every time they tried to corner her, she stood her ground. The truth was, Emily knew exactly why she was like this. She'd been Daniel once, quiet, small, and an easy target. Back in 7th grade, she had endured a year of constant torment. It had nearly broken her, until she found martial arts. Training didn't just make her stronger physically, it rebuilt her confidence. She swore she'd never let anyone go through what she did without someone to fight for them. But being the protector wasn't easy. Teachers warned her not to get into fights. Some students accused her of looking for trouble. And the bullies? They didn't give up. One day, she found her locker vandalized, her books torn. Daniel saw it happen and felt guilty. He knew they were targeting her because she defended him. "Maybe you should just let it go," Daniel said one afternoon. Emily looked at him, surprised. "Let it go?" "Daniel, if I stop, they win. And not just over me, over everyone they scare." "But you can't fight forever," he said softly. Emily smiled. "You'd be surprised." The turning point came 2 weeks later. The bullies cornered Daniel again, this time in the cafeteria. They didn't see Emily walk in until she was already halfway to them. But before she could even speak, something amazing happened. 2 other students stood up. "Hey, leave him alone," one of them said firmly. Another joined in. Soon, half the cafeteria was watching, murmuring in support. The bullies realized they were outnumbered. For the first time, they backed down, not because Emily scared them, but because the school did. Daniel looked at Emily in awe. You started this," he whispered. Emily shook her head. "No. We all did. One person stands up, and it gives others the courage to do the same." By the end of the semester, the bullying at Westfield High wasn't gone completely, but it had changed. People spoke up. Students defended each other. And Daniel? He was smiling more, sitting with friends at lunch, his confidence slowly returning. On the last day before winter break, Daniel handed Emily a small card. Inside, in shaky handwriting, it read, "You didn't just defend me. You showed me I was worth defending." Emily's throat tightened. She folded the card carefully and smiled. "You always were, Daniel. You just needed to see it." Moral of the story. Courage isn't just about fighting, it's about inspiring others to stand beside you. One voice can start a ripple that becomes a wave. And in a world where kindness is often seen as weakness, it's the bravest thing of all. If you believe in standing up for others and spreading kindness, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share your own story. And if you want more powerful, inspiring stories like this, subscribe to my channel, be kind always, and join a community that believes in protecting the weak and uplifting each other.